All right. Magandang umaga po mga kaibigan. Nasa isang edisyon na naman tayo ng ating po namang tapatan sa Aristocrat. Marami tayong pag-uusapan ngayong araw na ito sapagkat kinikilala naman ang ating pamahalaan ng edukasyon, ang isa sa mga haligi at sandigan ng ating kaunlaran. So today, we're joined by Party List Congresswoman Franz Castro mula sa Alliance of Concerned Teachers. Narito po si Dr. Maria Antoinette Monte Alegre, Acting President of the Philippine Normal University. Sister Mary Jan Mananzan, former President of St. Scholastica's College. At narito rin po naman si Dr. Maria Asuncion Ascuna, outgoing Dean ng St. Scholastica's College. Si Attorney Julio De Samito, Vice President for Admin and Finance ng Universidad de Manila, at si Dean Elmer Pineda ng College of Engineering ng Universidad de Manila. We hope that CHED and DepEd would send their representatives, but as they say, the show must go on. Let's start. If we are to look into the education system today, what do you see? Congresswoman, kayo po ang nasa mababang kapulungan, ano po ang inyong nakikita sa katayuan ng edukasyon at ng mga guro?
Oo. Thank you, Melo, sa pag-invite ng ACT Teachers Party List dito sa iyong tapatan. So, Melo, kung tatapating kita, ang ating edukasyon ay nasa gitna ng krisis. Bakit natin nasasabing nasa gitna ng krisis? Dahil tingin natin sa ACT Teachers Party List ay yung mga perennial na mga problema ng ating edukasyon nananatili pa rin. Katulad ng halimbawa, yung sinasabi nating budget, yung curriculum, yung coordination among yung basic education at saka yung ating higher education. Hanggang ngayon, kahit na may K-12 ay ganun pa rin. At syempre, yung players, yung main players ng ating education sector ay yung mga teachers na hanggang ngayon yung kanilang sweldo, particular sa public school, ay mababa pa rin. Yung private talagang mas mababa naman. So ganun pa rin yung kalagayan ng ating educational system na talagang nasa limbo at nasa krisis pa rin.
Pero sinasabi po, nabanggit ni Pangulong Duterte noong nakalipas na Mayo sa Davao, nadadagdagan ang sahod ng mga guro. Hindi ba kayo natutuwa sa pangako?
2 beses niya na sinabi yun nung campaign. Tapos ito ngayon, natutuwa naman kami kasi nagbibigay ito ng hope sa mga teachers. Lalong-lalo na din noong pinatupad agad yung pagdagdag ng salary sa ating mga uniformed personnel. Pero
what makes them special from teachers?
Iba kasi yung walking the talk, di ba? Iba kasi yung ginagawa sa sinasabi lang. So marami na tayong mga naging experience kay President na may mga ipinapangako na hindi naman natutupad.
Pero babalikan ko po yung kalagayan namin sa Bicol. Pag napangakuan ka, pasalamat ka. Kung magkatotoo, bonus na.
Ang mga teachers naman ay welcome naman yung pangako na yon.
Okay.
Pero nakikita talaga ng mga teachers na dahil si Pangulo ay meron naman siyang political will, na kung talagang gagamitin niya yung kanyang political will, lalong-lalo na doon sa pagpataas ng sweldo, ay magagawa.
Okay. Saan naman kayang kamay ni Abraham natin kukunin yun? Ano? Pero sister, sa inyo pong pananaw, yung content ng ating mga itinuturo ngayon, ano po ang inyong nakikita?
Yun na nga yung aking basic, yung aking agam-agam, yung basic thrust of education. Kasi ang nakikita ko ngayon, tingnan mo, yung mga humanities subject, konti na lang yan, di ba? So ang ibig sabihin, ano ba ang purpose ng edukasyon? Ang nakikita ko ngayon parang pwede we can come up with robots, no? Kasi technical robots. Pero ano na yung about the comprehensive education of the total human person? Yun ang aking anxiety ngayon na dahil sa masyadong inaalis, especially ngayon dahil may ASEAN tayo and you have to have the same curriculum as everybody else para our students. Lalong lumiliit ang mga humanities, lalong nagkukonte, at puro mga technical. Sa akin, nakakabagabag ng loob yun. Kasi dapat ang edukasyon is for the human being, for the whole person. At saka for values. ethical values, mga norms. Kaya tingnan mo ngayon, I mean to say sa ating napakahirap ngayon magturo ng values kasi ang example ng ating mga government officials ay puro kabastusan. No, that is the new normal. How do you teach our students about values when what they see on TV and in the actuations of their highest government officials is labag sa mga tinuturo mong values? Kaya yun ang, that is my concern ngayon. No?
Aha, mabigat yun ah. Content. Speaking of content, Dr. Montealegre, ano po ang masasabi ng Philippine Normal University tungkol sa content ng mga tinuturo natin ngayon?
Sa curriculum,
Pakisuyo lang po nung connection.
hello.
Ayan. Ayan.
Sa curriculum po ng PNU ngayon, binago namin siya noong 2012. Binago namin, naging outcome-based teacher education curriculum. At isinama namin doon yung prescribed na curriculum na general education courses ng CHED. 36 units yata iyon. Plus, yung ibang Gen Ed na galing sa lumang Gen Ed, isinama pa rin namin. Para nga, sinasabi ni Sister, buo yung humanities portion ng edukasyon. Hindi kinakalimutan yun sa teacher education. Na kailangan meron din siyang Gen Ed bukod sa majorship, bukod sa Prof Ed, nandun doon yung Gen Ed. Nandun ang Rizal, nandun ang maganda rin yung may history, at sinama ng CHED nga yung mga, magaganda naman yung, maganda intention ng CHED dito sa bago nilang Gen Ed courses.
Ano na po nangyari doon sa Pilipino?
Ibinabalik. Ngayon, binalik namin. Pero bandang siguro third year or fourth year na. Binalik na namin. Tatlong Pilipino yon, tsaka 2 literature na kailangang ibalik. Opo, binalik naman namin. Tapos may PE din, na ipasok ng grupo ng PE, yung kanilang PE. But this is the PE that is totally different from the PE that we know before.
Yeah.
Kasi ito'y nakafocus na sa fitness and wellness.
Fitness and wellness.
O,
Okay, there's a great difference, no?
yes. O, hindi basta physical education lang.
Okay.
Yun naman yung maganda.
Pero, Dr. Ascuna, sa inyong pananaw, yung bang good manners and right conduct na dapat kasama doon sa basic education, dapat bang ibalik yun, bigyan ng emphasis?
I also went to public school.
Pakisuyo po, closer to the microphone.
I had 5 years in public school. And ang naalala ko, every morning, titindig ka, yung national anthem. And then after that, and then maraming sinasabi na kung anong gagawin and all of that, no? Which they carried also in the classroom. I don't think we have that anymore. Kami Catholic school, no? So let's just say that meron kaming ibang parang pool. Oo, meron kaming ibang mga subjects that can teach us all those things. But in general, I think it's very important, lalo na sa public school system where many students go through, to continue to have subjects like this. Kasi that's what tells us civility. How is it that we behave not only as regular human beings, but as citizens? Yun ang importante, parang nawawala yun eh.
But you will also agree na hindi lahat ng pumapasok sa paaralan nakakapagtapos.
Yes, oo.
Okay. Let me cite a report which will still be released. No? I got hold of this report. Currently, almost all Filipino children enter primary school at age 6, but only about 80% of primary students complete the 6th grade. At the secondary level, only 1/3 of Filipino children start junior high school on time, and 1/3 of those drop out before reaching the 10th grade. Students who drop out of primary and secondary education are often unable to obtain further formal education or vocational training, and many go to work in unskilled occupations that offer low wages and little job security. Ano pong
I am
inyo pananaw?
familiar with that because a couple of years back, they were already talking about this. In fact, if you look at girls are even more out of the picture when you have those percentages. Okay?
Why
but
so?
Because they would let the boys go first and finish school. Sila mauuna. Kasi we're talking basic ed. mauna na yung mga boys. Silang mauna sa education. And then the girls will follow. But if the girl is very masipag, may honors, yun ang pinapauna at yun ang matatapos and will support the family throughout. She's the one who will send all the rest of the children to school. Oo, yes. But then, the other thing that fits into this picture, no, for the population in general, is that many of them are also hungry. They go to school and they don't have enough food. That's why also, because of the poverty, they're not able to finish. Not only that, what kind of students are they? Because they don't have enough food to eat.
Okay. So, is it the economy that prevents Filipinos from getting what is due them in terms of education?
I would think so, that's a large factor, but of course, that's not the only one. But definitely, poverty would put a lot of children out because we know that there is such a thing as child labor also. Very early on, they're also already working also.
Yeah.
So that number really affects education.
Attorney Desamito, tell us the profile of your students sa Universidad de Manila. Pag sinabi bang estudyante sa Universidad de Manila, ito ba yung istambay sa Starbucks?
Una-una, gusto ko muna magpasalamat sa iyo, Melo, for inviting us, me and Engineer Pineda. Okay. Anyway, sa amin po, mga estudyante namin, I would say 95% talagang mahirap. Karamihan ng mga estudyante namin galing sa Baseco. At alam po natin, pag Baseco, yun talaga yung poorest of the poor. Kaya nga po, tulad ng mga nasabi ninyo, nung dumating po kami dyan 2 years ago ni Attorney Ernest Maceda Jr., hindi ho ako nagbibiro, ma'am, kung sasabihin ko sa iyo na maglakad ka mula rito sa kinaupuan natin, papunta dun sa poste na yon, at pulutin mo lahat ng basura within your reach, mapupuno yung bulsa mo. Ganun ho yung kultura ng estudyante noon. Awa ng Diyos, ngayon po, mag-ikot ka na sa buong premise namin, hindi mapupuno yung bulsa mo ng basura. But again, that is only to emphasize.
Bakit po, attorney? Wala nang binibiling candy at biskwit.
Meron pa rin po.
Meron.
Again, yung nga po yung, just to emphasize nga yung napag-usapan na kanina, yung kultura, yung values, na hindi lang din nakukuha sa eskwelahan, pero first and foremost sa pamilya natin. Pero kung hirap yung pamilya mo, poverty nga, yung kultura talagang ang hirap baguhin, and it really takes time. So, but I guess with the persistent and dedicated teachers na nandyan sa school natin, pwede pa rin may pag-asa pa rin.
Okay. Din Pineda, kung magtatanong kayo sa mga estudyante ninyo, what motivated them to take engineering? Sino idol nila? Ayan, mahalaga yan.
Thank you po, Sir Melo. Idol, di ko po alam eh. Parang ako yata.
Yeah.
Hindi, sir. Kasi in the onset of technology nowadays, nakikita po nila na everything is technology-based na. So, they are motivated to take engineering courses kasi more chances of employment po. So,
Okay.
yun lang po yung
Mahalaga rin kasing malaman natin what motivated them to become an engineer.
Yes, sir.
Dahil noon, nung nasa advanced ROTC kami, pag may nagtanong na opisyal doon sa kadete, ba't gusto mong mag-advance ROTC to serve the country? Binubugbog namin yun. Dahil you're telling a lie. No? Dahil kaya gusto mo mag-PC para kumita. Dahil yung PC noon, ha? Sabi nila, Philippine Constabulary, pero merong ilan na police character. Noon. Okay, nililiwanag ko lang. So maybe you can also look into what motivated them, no? Para mas magandang meron tayong profile. Ito, idol ko si Secretary Mark Villar dahil magaling na engineer. O magaling ang pamilya, may subdivision or anything that's something else, no? Labas tayo doon. So, siguro magandang assignment yan.
assignment po, assignment.
Okay.
I'll look into it.
Sa mga teachers na estudyante, may free tuition. Pero I understand, no problem yung tuition. The problem is subsistence.
Pagbaon every day, o sa pabiling project, ito yung nagiging problema. I'm speaking from the context of PNU kasi lamang lang kami ng konti siguro sa UDM. Dahil yung amin din sinaservice, mga poor, although ngayon nag-improve yung economic profile ng estudyante namin. medyo hindi na siya talaga from the poorest of the poor. Parang it's a cross-section na medyo may kaya kasi OFW yung parent, ganyan. Tapos, doon din sa poorest of the poor na walang maipambaon kaya hindi makapasok. So, ang ginagawa namin, meron kaming scholarship program. Sa ngayon, dahil free tuition, ipapagandahin namin scholarship program para yung dating ibinabayad sa tuition from the scholarship program, gagawin namin stipend. Kasi ito yung, i-convert na namin siya into stipend o book allowance or dorm allowance. Kasi
Yeah.
existing naman yung nandiyan ang pera eh. So we will talk to the donors, mga scholarship donors, na this is what we're going to do with the money they have with us.
Okay.
Kasi free tuition na eh, hindi na namin pwedeng gamitin for tuition.
Oh, yeah. Kung mayroong magandang kwento yung pork barrel nung araw, I heard something good about Senator Raul Roco, may he rest in
May
peace.
Roco
No?
meal.
Yung Roco meal na
Yes.
yung 20 of the poorest sa isang klase are given the opportunity to have
Coupon.
lunch.
Yes, may coupon sila. Papakita lang sa canteen din. Kakain na silang libre.
Aha. Nangyari yun.
Nangyari yun. Nangyari po
Aha,
yun.
okay.
Many PNU students could attest to that.
Yeah, okay. Sister,
You know, I have this conviction that our government or our country has enough funds to really give all people their basic necessities, basic services, as in housing, in education, and health. These are the basic services, and I believe talaga that we have enough money for it. Ang question dyan is political will at saan nilalagay ang pera. Di ba? Marami tayong pera. Pero saan mo nilalagay ito? Kasi tingnan mo, every year na lang yung problema ng pabahay. Kaya ngayon, yung mga kadamay, ngayon, they are threatened. E paano they really supposed to have a basic service of house? Eh bakit hindi bigyan lahat ng mga tao ng bahay? And we can afford it, I am sure. Tapos, every year, may basic na problema ng walang classroom, walang ganon. Taon-taon na lang yon. I was thinking, why don't they do this like this? Isang taon ngayon, pagtutuunan natin ng pasin, puro pabahay lang. Lahat ng pera natin na wala sa ibang budget, ilagay natin doon. Eh, di natapos mo na isang problema. The next year naman, puro classroom. The next year naman, health. Hindi itong kung saan mo nilalagay na PDAF, ganun-ganun nga, at gagawa sila ng mga yung waiting shed, mga ganun, na hindi naman importante. Ang ibig sabihin, saan ba ang tutok ng gobyerno kung hindi doon sa basic services ng mga tao? Sa ibang bansa, hindi nila pinag-uusapan yung mga transportation that is understood na that is in place. Dahil puro headline ito, puro transportation. Hindi ba? Bakit ba wala tayong political will na ibigay sa tao yung basic services na wag na natin pag-usapan yan dahil nandiyan na in place?
yeah. Congresswoman, would you care to add? Maganda itong discussion na to.
Maganda yung maganda yung sinabi ni Sister Mary Jan. Ako naniniwala ako doon sa sinabi ni Sister kasi ako Melo, teacher din ako ng public. At product din ako ng public mula elementary hanggang college. So nakita natin yung kondisyon ng ating mga estudyante sa mga public school. Although libre nga kahit na libre yung ating pag-aaral sa public school, makikita natin ang dami pa rin ng mga estudyante natin na hindi nakakapasok. Kasi nga may kakulangan. Kakulangan sa eskwela, yung baon, yung lahat. Kasi hindi naman como libre lahat, libre sa eskwelahan, libre yung project, libre yung workbook, libre hindi. Kaya talagang yun ang dapat na pagtuunan. At siyempre, mahalaga yung economic condition ng family. So yun talaga yung dapat na pagtuunan ng gobyerno natin kung paano malulutas itong mga economic problem. Kasi kahit na libre lahat, kahit papasukin mo yung mga estudyante natin, kung ang may problema sila sa bahay, dinedemolish sila, or namimilitarize sila, so paano makakapasok ang ating mga estudyante?
Very well. Dean, meron kayong dalawang top sa engineering, tama ba? Did I get it right?
Last April 2018, we got the number 2 spot in the engineering licensure exam.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, on June 22 at the Manila Hotel, she will be awarded as one of the 10 outstanding young men of Manila.
Great. Now, the question is, I'd like to believe we have the best engineers, no?
Yes, sir.
In the Philippines and probably in the world because they're being taken by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and everywhere. Why is it that our roads are in total disarray? Magandang issue to dahil
Oh my God.
training tayo eh. Pero ganun ang trabaho natin. Bakit?
We don't train them to be like that in classroom, pero I don't know, along the way na tututo sila, or is it what they see around? Parang nagiging ano na siya, nagiging normal na there's corruption, shall I say? Kaya nagiging substandard yung mga trabaho ng mga engineers natin dito, especially sa mga streets. Lalo na dun sa mga bumagsak na mga tulay. Just recently sa Cavite may bumagsak. Tapos the other one I forgot where naglataglag ng semento. Paglatag ng semento, kasabay na bumagsak yung buong bridge. Well,
Substandard.
basic lang eh. Substandards lang seryo, no? Yung mga nilalagay nila. Kumbaga, we provide, the government provide, pero instead of providing 100%, they provide like 20 or 30%.
Coming from the academe, which is more feasible, to come up with concrete roads or just to have asphalt overlays?
It should be concrete kasi asphalt, sir, pagka umuulan na malakas, na
Precisely, that is the point. Because we have a lot of asphalt overlays in Metro Manila.
Yes.
So I'd like to believe some people are going to the bank with a smile. no?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes, please.
Asphalt overlay. In Malaysia, they use a lot of asphalt, but they have drainage for it. First of all, the percentage of how they do the asphalt overlay, there is a formula for that, isn't it? Yeah, the quality of the other thing is when you have asphalt, you must have drainage. Very often we don't have drainage, so you know what happens. It just
Yeah.
wears away with the rain. So it's good enough only for a short period of time.
So, naka-program na. Sister.
It's not about this. Yung tinanong mo kasi, ang dami nating engineers, ang dami rin nating nurses, ang dami nating doctors. Isn't that, for me, it's ironic na tayo ang nagpapaaral ng mga gagawing staff ng Western world. Sila ba nagbabayad? Ay, tayo ang nagpapaaral. Tapos sila ang gumagana. You know, my suggestion, dapat, we should demand from all the countries where Filipino nurses, doctors are employed, they should pay for the education of each of these people that are there. Don't you think so?
Wow.
Ay, diba?
Oh.
I am asking the government to do that. Kasi tayo pobre, pero tayo ang nagpapaaral nang magsisilbi sa kanila. You know, we have a hospital in Pambuan, Northern Samar. It's very poor. Talaga ang bayad sa amin kalabasa, yung gano'n. Hanap kami ng doktor, hanap kami ng nurses, wala. Kasi masyadong remote, yung gano'n.
Okay.
Nandun lahat sila siyempre, sa mga, I cannot blame them, ha?
Pero sister, may cell site ba?
Ano?
May cell site naman.
Anong sense?
Cell site. May Smart, may Globe.
Of course.
Oh, hindi meron. May darating.
Wala. Kasi
Wala pa?
napakalayo.
Okay.
Napakalayo. At saka mas gusto nila yung pupunta sa abroad nga dahil mas malaking sweldo.
Okay.
Pero yun ang ibig ko sabihin. Tayo ang nagpapaaral. Dapat bayaran nila yung pagpapaaral natin ng mga tao na pumupunta sa kanila.
Titingnan natin yan kung pupwede yan. Yes, Congresswoman, bago tayo bumalik sa PNU.
Ayun, pumupunta ulit tayo doon sa purpose ng education. 'Di ba? Ano ba talaga yung objective natin sa pag-educate ng mga bata? Siyempre, dapat magsilbi ito doon sa bayan. So nakakapag-develop sana tayo ng mga makabayan na mga estudyante na titignan yung talagang kalagayan ng ating bayan bago yung siyempre ako rin hindi natin masisisi yung mga tao na gusto rin namang for a greener pasture. At pangalawa, hindi kasi yung opportunity dito at saka yung sweldo, 'di ba? May mga nakatapos nga contractual, may mga underemployed. Yung ganun kasi yung kalagayan, kaya
Okay.
hindi natin din masisisi. Lalo na yung mga doktor, yung mga nurses, talagang maghahanap. Kaya kung talagang gusto natin na talagang nandito yung ating mga students, yung mga graduates, mag-provide din ng government ng opportunity at saka sufisyente na sahod para mabuhay naman ng sarili at ng kanilang pamilya.
Okay, very
so hindi
well.
naman naghahanap ang Pilipino ng marangyang buhay kung tutuusin Mas gusto nila yung, 'di ba, yung Filipino values natin na magkakasama ang pamilya.
Very
Kaya
good.
lang napipilitan.
Okay. Dr. Montealegre, sa Philippine Normal University po, kung susuriin sa 100 nakapagtapos, let's say 2 years, 3 years ago, saan nandun yung karamihan sa kanila? Are they still in the Philippines?
Base sa latest namin tracer study, unang sa Pilipinas naman. Kaunti lang yung talagang nag-abroad, no? May mga report lang na nagpunta sa Singapore dahil sa early childhood education. Pero karamihan, base sa tracer namin, nasa Pilipinas at karamihan nasa public school. So natutuwa naman kami na ganito yung attitude. So gusto kong isipin at namin sa PNU na kahit pa paano na-impluwensyahan namin sila na manatili sa bansa. Wala pa nga yun na pinipirmahan na contract ba return to your hometown or return service. Wala.
Okay.
Pero nakita naman nila siguro by example din sa mga guro nila sa PNU at pag nag-practice teaching sa DepEd, nakita nila yung kalagayan at sana nakita nila ang pangangailangan sa kanila, sa sariling bansa.
May I just have an unsolicited advice?
Yes.
Sa mga estudyante niyo na nagtatrabaho sa pamahalaan, pwedeng pakitanong din gaano kahirap pumasok sa gobyerno. Dahilan sa, ang alam ko, may ranking dyan. 1 year lang yung ranking mo. Pag hindi ka pa malakas dun sa nasa division office, hindi ka makukuha.
Pwede namin tanong yan kasama sa tanong sa panibago namin tracer study.
Mas maganda yun. Oo.
Kasi base naman sa feedback, parang pinag-aagawan kasi ang PNU. So parang hindi naman major na problema yon kasi after graduation, o bago pa nga mag-graduate,
Hinahabol na. Okay.
Kaya baka hindi namin gaanong problema. Pero pwede namin yun.
Mas maganda po siguro.
Ilagay. At saka
Gaano katagal nagkatrabaho sa gobyerno?
Yes,
Sa private, walang problema. Kukunin ng private yun.
makunin din.
Oo. Sigurado yun.
Okay.
Sa inyong karanasan, yan. Maganda to. Yung, kung may taga-DepEd rito, mas maganda eh. Kaya lang, wala.
Ako, Melo, talagang valid yung sinasabi mo na mahirap talagang pumasok sa gobyerno. Ako, naranasan ko. Although, pagka-graduate ko, nung June nakapasok na ako. Pero alam niyo sa Manila, 4 na taon akong contractual.
Ha?
4 na taon akong naging contractual sa Manila. So, walang item, walang plantilla. Tiniis ko yon every year. Nag-a-apply ka, tapos wala kang ibang mga benefits, yung sweldo mo lang. Tapos ganun katagal. Mas lalo na ngayon. Mas mahirap na ngayon dahil although meron din namang PIBET noon, panahon natin, di ba, Ma'am Montealegre, yung PIBET na dapat mong ipasa, ngayon yung LET na napakahirap na daw yung LET ngayon, na talagang dapat na ipasa. Tapos yun nga, kanina nga pinag-uusapan namin ni Sir yung pagpo-politicize sa education.
Okay.
Minsan sa mga sa mga probinsya lalo na, hindi makapasok ang teacher na permanent kung di siya kilala ni mayor, ni governor.
At ni congressman.
Oo. So ganon ka-politicize ang ating ngayon.
Okay. Yes, sister.
Kami lang kasi ang private dito. Totoo. Ang ibig sabihin, ako natutuwa na itataas ang sweldo ng mga teachers. Pero nahihirapan din kami. Kasi meron kayong budget sa gobyerno. Hindi kami sinasubsidize ng gobyerno. Kaya ang maraming teachers namin pumupunta sa public kasi mas mataas na ngayon ang sweldo sa public.
Hindi kayo nakilabang sa voucher system.
Ano yun?
Voucher system.
What's that?
Yung sa senior high school at high school.
Oo, pero talaga sa, kunyari, kung gagawing 30,000 na yung sweldo ng mga teachers, hindi namin kaya yun. Alam mo, sa ibang bansa, kahit na private school ka, ang sweldo ng teacher mo ay binabayaran ng gobyerno. Dito dinatax pa kami. Yung ganun ba? Dapat talaga, kasi we are really, kasi kung tatanungin mo, pag sinarado mo lahat ng private school, kaya ba ng gobyerno nang bigay ng tertiary education sa lahat? Of course not. I think 70 to 80% ng tertiary education ay private. Tapos hindi kami sinasubsidize. Tapos kung tumataas ang sweldo ng mga teachers sa public, we have also, kasi kung hindi, aalis lahat yung mga teachers namin. Yun ang aming dilemma.
Yung viability na, no? Okay.
May I just add?
Yes, please. Yun po ba ang dahilan kaya magre-retire na kayo?
Ang
nangyayari kasi, you look at Saint Scholastica, big school kami, Ateneo, Lasal, ganon. Pero actually, maraming maliliit na Catholic schools. Hindi nila kaya bayaran yung mga matataas na sweldo. Kaya nga, mga teachers sila, magte-train sila ng 1 taon doon sa Catholic school. And then after that, lilipat sila ng public school. May credentials na sila. That's what happens. So nahihirapan din yung mga maliliit na Catholic schools which are all over the country. These are diocesan, smaller school. Oh, yun ang nahihirapan. So, siguro hindi yan nakikita ng ibang studies.
Okay.
Pero actually, yan palagi mga problema na lumalabas sa CAP.
Okay. I remember, nagtapos ako sa high school sa isang Benedictine institution sa Albay, pero nagsarado. Dahil lang sa St. Benedict's, dahil hindi na viable. St. Agnes na lang yun natitirang panlaban doon sa Legazpi. We'd like to open the floor to our colleagues from the media who may have questions. No? We can have the lady from ABS or from Rappler to start the ball rolling. Ladies? Sige na po. Bago po pumasok yung matatanda, mga bata muna. Okay? Yung current programs ng CHED, sa tingin niyo ba rumiresponde o umaangkop sa pangangailangan ng panahon? May mga programs ang CHED ngayon na yung pagbabago ng curriculum at iba pa. Tumutugon ba sa pangangailangan ng panahon? Dr. Monte Alegre, please.
I think sa teacher ed lang masasabi ko ha. Pero sa panibagong policy standards and guidelines na nilabas ng CHED, yun naman ang purpose nila, makatugon sa 21st century education, outcome-based education. Yun naman ang intent. Ang problema na lang is how the real rollout will be done. Kasi andito yung curriculum, kaso iba-iba ang profile mo ng faculty. Halimbawa, hindi pwede i-duplicate halimbawa yung what we do in PNU, anong naman nangyayari sa ibang SUC, but we are coming from the same curriculum as prescribed by CHED. Kaya lang profile, resources, that would make a difference. But we follow the curriculum, lalo na sa teacher ed. Kaya lang nakakatalo tayo sa strengths and at weaknesses ng school.
Yeah. Sa inyo po, sa inyo pananaw, sa
Lahat ng tertiary education, lahat pinalitan ng mga may bagong curricula yan. Okay? Saka may bagong GE. Ang tinitignan nila kasi, 18-year-old na itong pumapasok ngayon sa atin, hindi na 16-year-old. Supposedly, mas mature na sila, mas marami silang alam. So yung mga GE subjects deal in a very different way. Okay? At saka sa Generation Z na pumapasok ngayon, hindi na pwede lecture lang. Kailangan may blended learning, outcomes-based. Kailangan may mga field trip na napakahirap naman ng mga rules ng CHED. Okay. At gustong-gusto ng mga bata, iba-ibang klase ng interaction. Ganon ang estudyante ngayon. Pati yung teacher ngayon, kailangan matuto din ng ganon. Maski 10 years lang gap nila between the 18-year-old and a 28-year-old, may difference na yun eh. So there's a perennial teacher training component. You also need technology. Marami kang kailangan.
and technology would mean money.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So
mahal
tataas
na
ang
naman
tuition.
So mahal na naman.
Okay.
So maraming components eh.
Yes, sister.
Wow, I'm going to say something positive. Wow.
Sige nga, bihira yan.
Hindi, kasi ganito kasi, sa bagong curriculum, tayo lang ang country na merong MOA, that is MOA number 1, 2015, na nag-mandate ng gender, what do you call that?
Sensitivity.
Not only sensitivity. You have to really put it into all the subjects. Anong tawag nga doon? Kailangan lahat ng universities ngayon, tertiary, they have to put up what they call God focal point. Na itong God focal point sa university have to see to it that in that university, there will be a gender responsive administrative policies. Ang ibig sabihin nun, kunyari, nagkaroon ng affair yung dalawang staff. Ang mangyayari nung araw, pag nabuntis yung babae papaalisin yung lalaki. Hindi. That is not gender fair. No? So, kailangan tignan mo lahat ng policies ng administration. Kasama dito sexual harassment. Kasi meron na tayong law against sexual harassment sa eskwelahan.
So hindi na pwede yun ng hahalik?
Hindi na.
Eh what if somebody famous would just kiss somebody?
We will expel him.
Really?
We'll fire him.
Okay.
Number 2, they have to have gender-sensitive curriculum. It is not just offering gender studies, but that every subject must be gender-sensitive. Dapat wala silang sexist, wala dyan. Number 3, they have to have gender-sensitive research. Yung kanilang research ba, hindi sexist? At saka, ilang percentage ng kanilang research money ang nagpupunta sa gender research. Number 4, yung outreach program. Do they have a gender-sensitive outreach program? Alam mo, kung ma-implement lang natin yan, talagang mababawasan yung mga rape, yung mga pagbububog ng asawa, kasi magkakaroon ng gender consciousness both babae at lalaki. No? Ang kahirapan sa ating mga Pilipino, ang gaganda ng ating laws. In fact, we have the best laws on gender. 36, meron pa tayong mga nakarta. Ang ating sakit, implementation. Wala tayong sense how to implement our laws.
Okay. Napakabigat ng binanggit nyo, ha? Sexual harassment. Pakisuyo nga, you're the lawyer here, no? Tell us more about it because, chances are, hindi alam ng karamihan yun, eh.
Hindi, we just had our seminar 2 weeks ago. June 1. Ang bigat pala talaga yung parusa sa Anti-Sexual Harassment Act. Na ang naging worry ko talaga doon is even the administrators of the agencies, yung heads, they can be solidarily liable.
So, pwedeng managot.
At tapos yung penalty, it can go as high as 4 million. Imagine that.
4 million yung fine?
Yeah.
Wow. Sa kakukutkot no 4 na milyon.
Bigat. Kaya maganda nga talaga na palakasin yung GAD. Actually, sa lahat ng agencies meron na yung GAD. And under the law, I believe they're provided 15% of the budget, total budget ng agency, ang nasa GAD kaagad. Allotted yan sa GAD.
Yeah. There's one famous Filipino whose expression is, my God. No? My God. GAD. Di ba? Iba yung pronunciation. No? Anyway, baka yes, sister.
Alam nyo, ang public schools, they have a 5% GAD budget. 5% of all the budget of all public institutions are supposed to be put on women's project.
Sayang. Sana narito yung DepEd para napag-usapan natin.
First of all, hindi alam ng lahat na may ganon. Number 2, the way they implement it, kung minsan magbo-beauty contest, ayun, God budget. And that is totally against precisely the gender, Kaya dapat talagang, education. Kaya, kinuha kami actually ng CHED, ang Saints Co, Miriam, at saka UP, kasi kami yung nag-umpisa, nasa technical panel kami. And we are trying to give seminars to mga administrators talaga. Kasi kahit na merong mandate, pag wala kang champion sa isang university, wala kang magtutulak nun, walang mangyayari. Di ba?
Babalik tayo sa role model.
Ay, nako. Yun.
Oo, sa role model.
Oo.
Di ba?
Kaya sabi nga ng Miriam at kami, we are giving our services. Bigyan namin ng gender consciousness lahat ng cabinet members.
Sa Pilipinas. Okay. Yeah. Kasama. Okay. There was a time sa DepEd, panahon pa ni Secretary Gloria, may soul rest in peace. May isang supervisor, may isang nag-Japan na gustong bumalik at magtuturo. Sabi niya, so naging dancer ka sa Japan, sayo ka naman. Tanggal yung supervisor na yun. Yes, please.
Santos po, tribute to any one of you. Yung umiiral na sitwasyon natin, okay sa presidente, na puro curse, puro mura, ano nagiging effect sa mga student nyo? Nakikita niyo ba ako? Nagmamarka ho ba ako na sa campus? Parang
Yung mga unprintables. Oo. Okay.
naka-epekto ho ba?
Yes, sir. Good morning po. By the way, estudyante ko po yung anak ninyo, si Pia.
Ay, ganon. Okay. Opo. Okay.
Right after graduation nitong April, she's already working sa PLDT. Yun. Malaking epekto po yung nakikita ng mga bata sa tri-media, sa TV, sa social media, sa internet, everything. So, nai-imbibe nila na parang normal yung mga bagay-bagay na gano'n. Pero kami sa academe, we try to explain to them na hindi siya normal. Siguro kaya nakakapagsalita ng gano'n ng presidente just because he is the president. Okay. Hintayin mo muna maging presidente and you can speak the same language.
Okay. Sister. Reaction.
In fact, because he is president, he shouldn't do that. Just kasi masyado ang influensya, no? Pag sinabi ng ganon, ay nako. Meron nga akong kasakay na Uber, no? Lagi kong kinakausap yung mga Uber. Sabi sa akin ng Uber driver, alam mo ba sister, yung aking 4-year-old na anak, biglang nagmura sa harap ko ng T ng E. Sinampal ko po siya sa bibig, sabi ko. Naintindihan ko yung reaction mo, sabi ko, pero kuidaw ka, baka kasuhan ka ng child abuse. Ako naintindihan ko yung shock niya, no? 4-year-old. Paano yun nga nakikita nila? Kaya, ito, kindergarten pala or pre-kinder. Paano nasa kanila na yun na parang okay lang yun kasi nakirinig mong ganyan?
Okay. Dean Ascuna, sabi, ako nga bobo nga ako Yung valedictorian namin, cabinet secretary ko Ako yung presidente. Ano impact nun?
Kilala ko si Sunny Dominguez. I can understand, finance siya. Okay? Pero iba naman yung politika Iba naman yung pagtakbo ng politika. Iba ang sinasabi mo sa mga tao, yung pinapa-impress mo. Pero yung mga kwento mo tungkol sa mga babae, yung mga actions na ginagawa mo, yung hinalikan mo yung babae sa harap ng napakarami, hindi ugali yan ng Pilipino. Kaya nga sinasabi ng iba, ilagay mo yung asawa mo doon, papayag ka ba? Sa audience na tumatawa, yung asawa mo, yung kapatid mo, yung anak mo, papayag ka ba?
Sabi po ni Attorney Panelo, is just like a lolo kissing an apo.
Talaga. Talaga.
So yun sabi.
Yun ang sabi niya.
Saka
Pero-
kilala na ba ng lolo na nag-kiss to lips sa ako?
Pag ginawa mo ng lolo yun, ibang iisipin mo.
I remember there was a man who created a ruckus because he was dubbed as kissing lolo.
Yes.
Ang depensa niya, beso-beso lang yun.
So, Comelec yun.
Sa Comelec ho ba yun?
Comelec yun. I remember.
Sa Comelec. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Congresswoman.
Reaction dyan pumapasok ngayon yung role ng mga magulang at saka role ng teachers. Kasi sila yung bahalang, although nakikita ng mga bata yan sa ating paligid, pero ang niyan ay yung teacher o kaya yung mga magulang. So, tuturuan nila yung kanilang mga anak paano mag-discern, paano tignan ang tama.
Congresswoman, I agree, 100%. However, how many families are dysfunctional? Because either the father or the mother is abroad. So, they have the television as companion.
Oo, pero di ba ang family naman ngayon hindi naman na yung traditional na merong nanay at tatay. Ang family nila yung mga nag-aalaga na sa kanila. So yun na yung papalit ng gagampan ng mahalagang role.
May advertisement pa ng gatas
Oo,
ngayon na sinasabi, hiwalay yung mag-asawa, no? Kinukuha yung bata.
Ang dami talaga nating binabaka, no? Na binabakang, ibig sabihin, struggle. Sa media, sa nakikita.
May isang artista nag-celebrate ng Father's Day.
Education.
Lahat ng anak niya sa iba-ibang nanay, sinama, nag-party. Anong tingin niyo ron?
Ako, tingin ko naman, sa mga bata, okay naman siguro yon sa mga bata, para, kasi wala namang kinalaman yung...
Wala problema ron. Pero yung nakikita ng modelo.
Oo. Pero tingin ko hindi yun normal. Hindi yun modelo na dapat na...
So, which brings me to Dean Ascuna. There was this movie by Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein. Or yung may brain transplant. Nahulog yung isang brain. Ang nakuha iba. Sumayaw yung monster. Sabi ni Young Frankenstein, whose brain is this? It's AB. AB who? AB normal. So, sumayaw bigla yung monster. But anyway, role models.
Role modeling starts in the home. Sa bahay talaga yon. You look at your father, you look at your mother, you look at your uncles, your grandparents. Ganun talaga yon.
Okay.
Pagpasok mo, yung teacher mo din. Very important. Kaya yung sinong naaalala mo when you become a teenager? Your parents who may have, hopefully have good
Manners and right conduct.
hopefully, okay? At yung teacher mo, I can still remember my teacher in grade 5. And she was my model for many, many things. And she was a public school teacher. And I remembered her even, today when I think of a model for a teacher, yun ang naiisip ko. Pero, kung ano nakikita mo on social media, the use of, and I can tell you that even in our school, our students also use cuss words. And when they do their Twitter and all of these things, it's all there. It's all there.
They sound presidential.
Oh,
It
it sounds very common, no?
Okay.
The point is, do you really have to talk that way? Is that how you deal with every single person?
Eh, maghamon ka ng saksakan ng lapis.
Ibang away na yun.
Iba na yun.
Ibang
Okay.
klase yun.
Yes, ma'am, please. With your questions. Please.
Good morning po. Pwede kung kahit sino po ang sumagot nito. Ano po ang comment niyo pagdating sa teacher qualification?
Teacher qualification.
Ano comment?
Are they competent compared, are they more competent today than they were before?
Education nowadays is very specialized. But it is a need of the time. Okay? Before, yung kumuha ng English, what you would call an English teacher, English major, pumapasok yun sa advertising eh. And marami silang nagagawa. Okay? But now, you have a mass comm graduate who would have to be in print, broadcast, advertising, all of this. Very specialized. You have, even in engineering, it's also all very specialized. But I think it's the call of the times. More and more, competency is a big word in education. It's used all the time. And I'd like to think that the students still need the experience of the real world to enhance what it is that they learn in school.
From Philippine Normal
May
University.
I add? Kasi parang domain ng PN nyo to, teacher qualifications. I would just like to say that 2-3 years ago, we started making the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, or PPST. And this one would define the qualifications of teachers from novice to proficient, highly proficient, to ensure that the teachers from basic ed to tertiary would have the competencies that they should have in teaching a particular level. This is the product of the Research Center in Teacher Quality of PNU. And now we will try to harmonize this to the ASEAN Teacher Qualifications Framework. So magkakaroon din ng ASEAN qualification standards para yung teacher sa Malaysia, sa Myanmar, sa lahat, sa Indonesia, sa Philippines, pag sinabi mong novice, isa qualification nun. And then may training, pupunta sa proficient, may training uli, highly proficient. So this is the efforts now that the direction that we are taking now for teacher education and teacher qualifications.
Sister.
Yeah. Of course, I agree that they should be proficient in their line of work. But I still believe that they should be first, well-educated human beings before they become good engineers, good IT yan. Ang basic muna is taong-tao ba sila? Comprehensive ba yung kanilang edukasyon na lahat ng kanilang pagkatao ay na-train. Hindi yung, sabi ko nga, hindi sila technical robots. Kasi sa edukasyon kasi, hindi lang naman ang pinag-aaralan ng mga bata ay yung mga tinitingnan lang yung pagkatao mo rin. Di ba? And they are so, about that? They are so, ang mga estudyante, nasabi na, ay, plastic naman yung teacher ko na yan. Hindi ba? So nakikita niya yung character, hindi lang yung magaling ba yan na mag-computer, magaling ba ganyan. So aside from this technical competence, which I agree with, are they competent teachers as model of behavior, of being a true human being who is a socially oriented citizen? Sa akin, basic na yon before they become competent technicians, no? Kaya sa akin yun ang medyo kulang. Kasi nga, nawawala na nga yung mga humanities dyan, no? And that is what makes you a comprehensive. Nung araw kami, magtanong ka ng kahit ano, history, ganyan, maa-answer mo.
Anong taon po yan, sister?
Ancient history.
Hindi, some time ago. Yun ang
Pero
sagot mo.
ngayon, sila, alam lang nila yung sagot doon sa kanilang subject expertise. Pero wala silang general education na marunong silang pumunta sa ganitong kultura, yung ganon-ganon. Yan ang nakikita kong kulang sa pag-eduka natin sa mga teachers ngayon.
Yeah. Congresswoman?
Sister, can you be a bit more specific about yung kakulangan doon sa humanities
Yeah.
subjects? What-
For example,
what
philosophy
is that?
subjects. Philosophy subjects, I got 24 units of philosophy when I was in college, no? Ngayon, meron bang philosophy subject? I don't think so.
Meron. 6.
O, magkano? 6 units. Ang ibig sabihin, that is a part of your, how you think, critical thinking. Ngayon, walang critical thinking. Kung anong nabasa nila, akala mo, they cannot even analyze whether it's a fake news or not. But if you had a grounding in philosophy, then you would know how to be critical about what you see
Sister,
and what
are you referring to what Paulo Freire said in his Pedagogy of the Press, that
Yes.
teachers deposit data and withdraw the same data during examinations
Yeah.
without the benefit of analysis?
Without passing both of the minds of the student or the teacher. Yung ganun ang sabi niya, no? Kaya ang ibig ko sabihin, there are certain basic things. Like for example, history. Do they have a sense of history? Kasi kulang na nga ang history subjects natin. No? So yun ang mga ibig kong sabihin. There are certain competencies as a human being na hindi lang technical. At yun ang gusto kong mapunta sa lahat ng mga teachers before they even become experts in their fields.
Yes, ma'am?
Meron pa po.
Please.
Okay. Pagdating naman po sa tuition fee, no, I know some of you have mentioned yung free tuition.
Sila wala.
Magkaiba.
Wala silang tuition.
Yung tuition, ay hindi, I'm sorry. Some of you have talked about yung mga sweldo ng mga teachers, lalo na sa private schools, and you train them and then they go to public schools. Pero ang cry kasi ng maraming mga grupo, siguro, lalo na po ng ACT, isa na po ang ACT dyan, na tumataas ang tuition fees sa mga public schools, sa private schools. So the question is, how do you balance that? The need to increase teachers' salaries in private schools and as well as the need for parents to budget their own expenses.
It's a riddle.
That's precisely our dilemma. We want to give, even as a Catholic school, we want to give not only yung basic pay, we want to have a human pay. Yung talagang magaling na. Pero yun na nga, since we are not subsidized by the government, saan namin kukunin yung pera? Except from tuition fee. Meron ba kaming ibang? Wala naman kaming lucrative income-generating other sidelines. Wala naman kaming ganun. So, saan kaya namin kukunin yung pambayad sa teachers? So, it is inevitable that we have to have tuition fee increase. But we always naman, ask, teka, meron yata itong aking dean na she's still on the job. Mayroon siyang gustong sabihin.
You know, when you, first of all, you look at the inflation rate because it's mandated how it is that how much you can ask for. And then when you finally have, you can charge this much, you need to have consultation with parents and students. Finally, of that amount that you get, 70% goes to faculty and the 30% goes to other services that go to students. So there's nothing that everything goes back to your population. Nothing remains as a profit margin or anything like that.
Wala kayong
Non-profit.
ROI.
Huh?
Wala kayong return on investment. What about your capital expenditures? How do you manage?
Oh, well, for us, for example, we do have another fund that we tap, but that's from the school, from
Yes,
the
please.
primary.
I would like to emphasize that. Kasi kami, for example, we own the school, no? Ang mga madre. But we do not get anything except our salary. exactly like all the rest. Wala kaming ROI. At the end of the school year, pag merong excess, babalik yon sa eskwelahan. Wala kaming kinukuha sa aming congregation. Ang pumupunta lang sa amin, yung sweldo namin, nakagaya ng sweldo ng lahat ng mga lay teachers doon. That's all what we get from the school. Hindi namin ginagawang, anong tawag doon, yung milking cow.
Milking cow.
Ay, hindi po.
Hindi pwede. Okay. Yes, please.
Magandang umaga po. Kahiro po from PDP. Concerned citizen po ako. Yung mukha ng salita natin, education is the center of crisis. So napakabigat to, no? Una, dahil doon sa CHED, parang walang direksyon. And kulang sa sweldo ang mga teacher. So, napakalaking problema. Ano po yung naging modelo nyo, for example, sa mga bansa katulad ng Japan, ng Germany, ng Singapore, ng Israel, in terms of education? Meron ba kayong pag-aaral na ginawa na makakatulong sa pagforma ng kaisipan, ng kabuhayan ng mga bata habang nag-aaral?
Okay. Very good.
Sa ngayon, yung educational system natin ay based siya sa American system. So, yun po, katulad na nagkaroon tayo ng, mula noong grades 1 to 10, doon pa rin. Nung in-implement yung K-12, ganun pa rin. So, hanggang ngayon, ang model pa rin natin talaga ay yung American educational system.
Hindi pa pwede sa Catholic school.
Ang masasabi ko lang po, I did not make any study, but I am very sure, sa mga countries na yan, kahit na private school po, ang salary ng mga teachers are subsidized by the government. Yun po hindi nangyayari. Kaya nga kami, we are really forced to have tuition fee or pagtataas ng tuition fee kasi hindi kami sinasubsidize ng gobyerno. Whereas in other countries, they are subsidized kahit na hindi sila Katoliko, basta lahat ng private school, Catholic or non-Catholic, ang lahat po ng sweldo nila ay binabayaran ng gobyerno.
Yeah.
May pag-aaral po ba kayong ginawa how you compare your educational standard, directions sa mga curriculum
Ng ibang bansa.
You have to understand that the curricula and the standards are set by DepEd and CHED. Yeah. So we follow what it is that, any school will have the same curriculum. Now, the enhancement that you put, that will be different. For example, you may have better facilities. Your teachers may have more teacher training. But the curriculum pareho yun. DepEd, well, of course, kung Catholic school, meron kaming theology or added subjects. Pero dagdag na lang yun.
Okay. Very well.
yung paunlad ng bansa, isa ho sa mga formula, yung development ng science and technology.
Okay.
Ng Japan and Israel.
Okay.
The schools will focus more on this. Okay naman ho na focus din sa humanities, information. Isa ho to sa formula na kung pag-aaralan nyo yung Japan,
Yeah.
Singapore,
Okay.
Israel, Germany, yung po ang ginawa nila kaya maunlad silang bansa.
Saka siguro walang kasinong corruption.
Pero isipin nyo na government finance din yun. We have science high schools and they're very good. Oo. So,
Yeah.
nandun din yun.
Okay. Salamat po. Pero in 1975, when South Vietnam fell, pumasok yung North sa South, na pinsala yung cathedral na maganda sa Ho Chi Minh City. Dumating yung mga komunista, kinausap yung obispo. Sabi, Bishop, we will repair the cathedral. We just have one request. Sabi ng obispo at the time, you're very welcome to repair. We just need your schools. We will run the schools. So, what difference would it make should the government take over all private institutions? Do you think it's still viable or feasible?
What do you mean, viable financially or
No,
what?
what I mean is, when the government takes over private schools or institutions, do you think the government can still do it?
first of all, they cannot afford it. They cannot afford to shoulder all tertiary education. I am very sure of that.
Really? Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, sa akin ang personal experience lang, Melo. No? Assuming na kaya ng gobyerno kunin lahat ng private, I think meron pa ring, meron pa ring, subject matter na I would say ang nakaka-address lang talaga yung private educational system.
Okay.
Like in my case, mga anak ko lahat nasa Ateneo and Assumption. Sa umpisa, ang focus ko is more on values.
Aha.
Dahil pundasyon yung pinag-uusapan. So,
Okay.
dapat pag pundasyon mo maayos. So, doon ko pinasok lahat Ateneo Assumption. Pagdating ng kolehiyo, bahala na kayo kung saan. Importante, yung anchor niya, andun na.
Okay.
Hindi na siya maliligaw. So, yun ang, I think, ina-address ng private school systems natin.
Okay.
Na pag nakita ng mga tao to, ako sa experience ko, kahit tumaas ang tuition yan,
It's worth it.
papasok pa rin ang estudyante dyan. Hindi pa rin masizero yan.
Okay. Yes, Congresswoman.
So ang prinsipyo naman dito, Melo, ay ang edukasyon ay para sa lahat. So kung majority man ay nasa public school, dapat mag-i-address ng ating gobyerno yung lahat ng avenue para maka-afford ang lahat ng edukasyon.
Okay. Very good. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, boss. Just going back to yung teachers' qualifications, no? So, there was a study done by Philippine Business for Education, or that cited data from PRC, no, that we have a very low, we've been having a very low passing rate for teachers, around 31% over the last few years. Where do you think we're lacking po, and do you see this actually translating to a shortage of teachers, of qualified teachers in public and private?
Okay. For the information of our friends from the audience, no, and the media and our panelists, we also invited PRC to sit with us because we'd like to find out how many pass and how many fail and which specific subjects. However, they declined because the time now is too short. But we will devote another time for that. But from PNU, in your experience.
May ginagawa pala kami study kaso nahirapan kami kumuha ng data from PRC. Kasi una may bayad, tapos
Ano?
hindi agad makalabas yung data per subject. Kasi yung prior years, nahirapan kaming kuhanin sa totoo lang.
May bayad.
May bayad. Yung processing fee kasi, kailangan bago nila i-release yung results nung meron namang results lang na summary and gusto namin sana per subject. Kasi we want to see whether sa Prof Ed ba mababa, sa Gen Ed, o sa specialization. Yung ganon. So, we really have to get hard data from PRC. So, ini-negotiate namin na baka naman pwede as the National Center for Teacher Ed, yung PNU, mabigyan naman kami priority para makapaglabas kami ng data on the national performance ng mga kumukuha ng LET. Totoo yung mababa siya kasi mga 100,000 plus ang kumukuha. Ang mga pumapasa lang, 30,000 sa 100,000 na kumuha. So gusto natin malaman nasaan ang weakest link.
Have you tried requesting CHED for an updated
For help?
list? Yes. Because they are in the position to recommend the closure of non-performing schools.
Because of the let standing.
yes,
no?
of course.
The let standing. I will try. And I will also talk to the Teacher Education Council, yung TEC. Baka sakali, we could have a tripartite meeting, PRC, TEC, and PNU, or
Yes.
DepEd once, para makita na, mag-work kami together, para makakame up kami ng talagang result. So we could help. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng yung 30,000 lang pumasa. Paano yung 70,000? Anong ginagawa nun? At saka saang school galing ang mga iyan? But
Saka ilang
PBED has
takes, ilang-
data on anong schools yung low performing. May ganun silang data.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
meron ganun.
magandang pag-usapan ito. We'll have another session for that. Sa inyo, sa engineering, ilan yung pumapasa?
So recent board example, nung April 2018, so we got 94.29% passing percentage as compared to the national passing of 40%.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow, galing ha. Maganda. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, maganda yun ha.
So, sir, dun pa rin papasok yung teacher qualification eh. So we can follow the prescribed qualification coming from CHED kasi naglabas po sila ng qualification. You have to be vertically aligned for you to be able to teach and handle major subjects. Pero I still believe industry experience counts a lot. Because right now, what we've done for the last how many years, like 3 years, so we hired industry practitioners also.
Okay. So that explains bakit yung anak ko nagtuturo din sa
Yes,
Lasal.
sir. Yes, sir.
Dahil practitioner siya.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So ganun pala yun. Oh, okay. Yes. Follow up?
Oh yeah, no, just following up on your second question, but do you actually see this translate into a shortage of teachers in public and private schools?
Inamin naman ng DepEd may shortage sila, lalo na sa senior high school. Kasi kailangan may minimum requirements sana may masters. Kung hindi masters, ay practitioner sa field. So yung magtuturo ng math sa senior high, sana daw ay accountant or engineer, ganon, para ma-compensate yung kung walang MA yung ano. Although may mga season and experience at may MA units, yun yata dinala sa senior high. This is to cope with the gap. Kasi kaya naman kami din sa PNU, ang ginawa namin, ay ang in-offer naman namin ay Bachelor in English Education with Certificate in Teaching Elementary, that's one, Certificate in Teaching Junior High, and Certificate in Teaching Senior High. Para lang makatulong din kami sa DepEd, ma-narrow yung gap
Okay.
ng kakulangan sa teachers. No, pag-graduate, may first batch kami ng aming graduate ng outcome-based teacher ed nitong April. We will try to see anong service mabibigay nila sa DepEd, anong tulong mabibigay nila sa
Okay.
DepEd.
Very well. Yeah.
Can I add one more? Kasi UP has been adopting a project called Get Licensed. It is supposed to be a pep talk among those graduates who took the board exam, and then they encourage those who will be taking the board exam. And we copied it. It's not really actually copying it. We call it Essence of a License. And it just ran like last November 2017. And then I think we were lucky enough to encourage those who will be taking the licensure exam to focus more. Kumbaga parang ano sir, based on the experience of those alumni who graduated, who took the board exam, what they personally did, kumbaga personal experience. Kumbaga yung mga pumasa, yung mga hindi pumasa, also talked in front of those who will be taking the board exam. So siguro that's another factor. Kaya tumaas din yung aming performance sa board
Hanggang
exam.
ilang beses ba pinapayagan kumuha ng board exam yung graduates ng engineering? Dahil sa law, 3 lang.
3 din lang po.
3 din. Sa teachers po, wala, ano? Parang wala. Okay. So, pwedeng kumuha ng exam forever, no? Yes, what do you have to say about it?
Sususugan ko yung yung sinasabi ni Dr. Monte Alegre. Mahalaga yung data para makita talaga natin saan yung weakness. Oo, weakness and strength.
Pwede niyo paggawa ng investigation yan?
Pwede namin gawin sa house yung investigation nito.
Para
At syempre
libre na yung
malaman.
data.
Oo,
Di
tsaka
ba?
yung PRC, makompel natin na mag-ano ng data. Kasi ito yung panggagalingan syempre na magiging action natin sa mga susunod. So,
okay.
mahalaga. Oo. Oo,
Pag
mahalaga
Congress na
yung,
nagpatawag, no?
Oo, mahalaga yung ganitong information para malaman namin kung paano din gagalaw ang Congress kaugnay.
So, you will have to issue subpoena.
Oo.
Subpoena
Yung
duces
House
tecum.
resolution. Oo, House resolution.
Yeah.
In aid of legislation.
Ayan, yun ang maganda. Anything more? Yes, may pahabol? Sige po, kakapusin tayo sa oras. Tanong po, go ahead.
I just want to have one example because you're always saying that the model is very important.
Okay.
Pastor Apollo Tiguloy is sending to school 3,200,000 kids. And most of them many are drug addicts, many were bakla, now no more. Because there is a model that they are following.
Okay.
So if we have that in your schools,
Okay.
you will also be
Okay.
able to say,
Yeah. Thank you very much. Role models. Okay. Should it be faith-based? Should it be politically based? Ano ba ang role model aside from parents, teachers? I remember when I was in the elementary grades in Pasay, our scout master was macho. Pero later on, nakita ko sa Bicol, yung scout master na pang boy scout, dapat pang girl scout. So, paano yun? Sa halip na maging scout master, nagiging girl scout. Parang mahirap yata yung role model, sister. So, aside from parents and teachers, sino pa titingnan ng mga kabataan? In closing na to, ha?
Yung mga adults, I mean the adults that they get in contact with, especially yung hinahangaan nila ba, yung mga basketball players, mga ganon, yung hero, pati siguro mga artista, di ba? Di ba kung hinahangaan ng mga estudyante yung mga tao na adults, yun ang most probably, yun ang i-imitate nila. Kaya napaka-responsibilidad natin ng mga adults yun, na that we will really act na parang responsible human beings na talagang pwede tayong gayahin ng
Okay.
mga kabataan.
Yes, Dean.
I was just struck by the example of Kiboloy. But we know that what happened was they had an issue in Hawaii. So how is that looked upon by his group?
Okay. We'll reserve a debate later on. Okay? Later na po. Yes, Dean. We're pressed for time. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sabi nga ni sister, yung mga adults, we can be like whatever or whoever we are. Pero in front, we just have to know the norms. We just have to understand the norms. Like, you're like this, you should not be doing whatever that will have negative impact to students. Yun lang, sir.
Okay.
As a teacher education institution, PNU sets the role model for teachers. So sana ma-maintain yun. Na ang teachers ang tinitingala, yan ang iniidolo mo. At marami naman sa aming graduate ang sinasabi, kaya kami nag-teacher kasi yung teacher nila sa high school, elementary, ay inidolo nila. Sana ma-maintain ito na ang teacher ay may integridad, di ba? At nananalig sa totoo, sa katotohanan, at may puso para sa serbisyo. Ito yung role model na binubuo namin, no? Truth, excellence, service. At dapat ang motto.
Very
Salamat po.
well. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Vice President.
Naalala ko nung kinumbinsi ako ni classmate ko, ni Attorney Ernest Maceda, to join UDM. Ang pinang-convince niya sa akin, sabi, partner, sabi niya, alam ko nasa Rotary ka, medical missions, you benefit 1,000, ganyan-ganyan. Pero ilang beses yon in a year, sabi niya. Dito sa UDM, for every single act you do, on a daily basis, sabi niya, you affect 15,000 lives. Kasi at that time, 15,000 enrollees namin. So kung ganun, sabi ko, mas mabigat palang responsibilidad na dapat ikaw mismo, sarili mo maging role model. Mayroon ko mang personal na gustong gawin na medyo masama, itago mo. Pero pagkaharap mo ng estudyante, dapat iba na yung tindig mo. Dahil nga, sa bawat kilos mo, bawat maling magawa mo, 15,000 na kabataan ang maapektuhan mo. So, iyon ganun kahalaga sa amin. Ang awa ng Diyos naman sa 2 taon namin paglalagi sa UDM, I think masasabi ko na maayos na po ang mga bata namin. And with the help of our teachers, na itutuwid namin kung anumang kunting baluktot meron silang napupulot sa kanilang daan.
Congresswoman.
Naniniwala talaga ako, Melo, no? Yung teacher talaga, yung role model ng ating mga kabataan. Minsan nga, di ba, mas naniniwala pa sa mga teacher ang mga bata kaysa sabihin ng magulang. Ito sinabi ng aming teacher, kaya ito yun eh. Kaya talaga napakahalaga. At very proud ako, Melo, no, na naging teacher ako. Kaya yun po. At syempre, bilang teacher, dapat na alam din natin paano direksyonan yung mga nangyayari sa ating paligid, paano natin ituturo ito sa ating estudyante. At syempre, as a role model ng mga bata, dapat alam natin yung ano yung direksyon ng education na gusto natin. So gusto natin yung education ay magsilbi para sa lahat, magsilbi sa mamamayang Pilipino, at syempre, edukasyon na talagang magpapaunlad ng ating bayan, hindi ng ibang bayan.
Thank you very much. With that, we bring to a close our edition for Tapatan sa Aristocrat. Marami pa pong mapapag-usapan sa mga susunod na edisyon. I'd like to thank our guests who took time out to be with us today. But let me end our session today with a simple Irish blessing. May your neighbors respect you, troubles neglect you, the angels protect you, and heaven accept you. With that, we bring to a close our presentation today. Have a nice day. Magandang umaga po. Maraming salamat.
Ay, hindi natin napag